Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. This time we are reviewing Dark Phoenix. No, not X-Men : Dark Phoenix. The movie's just called Dark Phoenix for advertising, marketing purposes beyond my understanding. But anyways, here we go. Overall, this movie wasn't the dumpster fire I thought it was going to be, and the dumpster fire that critics keep claiming it to be. I've always been I've always been a fan of the X-Men franchise. I've enjoyed I can't say all of them, but I've enjoyed most of the ensemble movies. So the ones that are actually titled X-Men, besides Apocalypse, we'll just push that off to the side there a little bit. I am genuinely a fan of them. I loved X1. X2 is hands down like one of my top comic book movies of all time. I really enjoyed that, and Days of Future Past really is not too far behind it because I really enjoyed that one as well. But enough about the other ones, we're talking about this one. Sophie Turner did a pretty good job of Jean Grey. We didn't really have much to go on with her as that character before, like what, 5 minutes tops in the previous movies, maybe 10. But no, I was happy with how she embraced the character and really just did it. I thought she portrayed Jean Grey well. Michael Fassbender was a huge standout for me in this movie. I was like, man, if there's any way that they can take this cast and bring them to the MCU as the same characters, those two I'd be fine with, and even throw in McAvoy too, because he's pretty cool. But yeah, Fassbender and Turner standouts of this movie. The storyline is not that bad. It's very similar to Captain Marvel. Very, actually. At one point I was like, oh my god, is this like literally copy paste? But it's like Captain Marvel, but what if the Skrulls were bad? You know what I mean? I can't even remember the name of their race. There was no backstory really to them at all. I would have liked another like 10-15 minutes of like who they are, what they do. It feels like, here's your villain, we're coming to take over the earth and we want this force. I think it was Jean Grey that actually, or no, one of the X-Men called it the Phoenix Force, not them, whatever they're called. But besides them, like they moved the story along, but they didn't really explain what they were, who they were ish. I mean, to me, I'm blanking. I thought the action was pretty good in the movie. The fights were really good. There was only one it wasn't even really a battle at the very end, where it's the leader of that invasion alien race and Jean Grey, and just like the stuff is swirling around. I didn't really like that. It kind of reminded me of like the Harry Potter scene between Harry and Voldemort, where their wands hit and there's just stuff going around, except there wasn't people in it, you know what I mean? They're just the bystanders of the other X-Men. But that was like, I was like, oh, this just feels cringy. They could have did so much with this story, I feel, but they really like rushed it. And I don't know, like I said, it's not terrible, it's not great, it's there. It's better than Apocalypse, but like not as good as X1. I'll put it in between there, because I'll give it the edge over The Last Stand, because I mean The Last Stand was okay, I guess, as well. But yeah, overall, thought it was pretty good. I'd give it a solid 6.5 out of 10 as a movie overall. As a comic book movie, I'd bump it up to 7, because I mean the majority of the characters are pretty good. The CGI was okay. There was somewhat of a story that moved along, and I mean, for a comic book movie, the script was decent. Like, it wasn't like this isn't an Oscar contending movie, and it's not like complete dumpster fire like Hellboy or X-Men Wolverine. Like, it's just in the middle. It's a decent movie. It sucks that this is their big grand finale to the X-Men franchise, but I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Marvel ends up doing with it, whether that's 5 or 10 years down the road. Like I said, I would really like them to put Fassbender and Turner into this. those two specifically, because I thought they did pretty good. But I mean, other than that, a solid movie. If you didn't see it, I would suggest you go see it. I know it kind of bombed its first weekend, but I mean, there wasn't a lot of talk about it. They didn't call it X-Men, so I guess the general audience didn't really know it was an X-Men movie. Just called Dark Phoenix. Like, they really tried to just distance it completely from the other X-Men franchise, which I don't get, because it obviously is, but then there's stuff in it that happens that's like, it doesn't make sense for the rest of the movies. Like Mystique dying early, that didn't like affect me at all. I was just like, oh, because you know what you see in the trailer. It's like, yeah, she dies. Okay, next. And they didn't really call her Mystique. I'm pretty sure they just kept calling her Raven. But I mean, that's not here or there. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it. If you've already seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Do you agree, disagree? I would say 98% of you disagree, because it is bombing on Rotten Tomatoes and pretty much every other review about it. But I mean, I enjoyed it. It was okay. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Peace.